Okay, thank you so much for confirming the same. Kalyan Reddy ji, accuracy of candlestick pattern is just 50%, right? So you cannot expect candlestick to work everywhere because we have proper risk reward ratio. So you need to follow that. So let me just wait for others to join in. Meanwhile, let me revise all the candlestick patterns. We have only two candlestick patterns which are left. That is bullish Arami and bearish Arami. And once those two aspects are done, then we can directly jump into discussion of intraday setup. Good evening, everyone. Namaskara. No, right. So, how was your day, guys? Jitendra ji, you captured 170 points in Bank Nifty, single trade. Vanashri ji, definitely my quantity is very high. So if you see that you might start emulating the same and you might incur in heavy loss. So I want you to start with one lot and grow your emotional quotient carefully, right? So people trading with one lot itself, they're making a lot of mistakes. Ramesh ji, very good. You made 2K profit. That's appreciable. Nice. So let's start to revise these candlestick patterns. Okay. So what does candlestick pattern in a simple definition is a tug of war between buyers and sellers. So what do we get from what is the information that we get from the candlestick? Open, high, low, close, right? Difference between high to low is the length of the candle, and the difference between the open and close is the real body, right? So what are the types of candlestick patterns we have? Reversal candlestick pattern, continuation pattern, right? So one classic example we have for continuation pattern, it's Marubozu. It indicates dominance, okay? And the reversal candlestick pattern, we have bullish hammer. So preceding downtrend location at the bottom shape should look like a hammer, and the rest, once high is breached, will go for a buy trade, right? And when it comes to inverted hammer, you should have a preceding uptrend, and the location of the candle has to be at the top, right? So location of the candle should be at the top, and once low is breached, you can go for a sell trade. So inside bar is one such classic example where you can find out range bound market with the help of two candles, and once high or low is breached, you will make trades accordingly, right? So do you guys have any doubt till this point? Are you guys clear what does inside bar mean? Inside bar is a general candlestick pattern. Irrespective of the color, we should have a mother candle with high and low. Child candle or inside bar should be within the high and low of mother candle. Okay, that indicates confusion state. And if the next third candle, if third candle breaches high or low, there will be a movement. It can be anywhere, as we have discussed that yesterday. Okay, so let's look at bullish Arami and bearish Arami. Look at the last column. You don't require other candlestick patterns here. You just look at the last column. The bullish Arami and the bearish Arami, whatever you see here, don't you think it's looking like inside bar in terms of shape? Yes or no? Yeah. So just that for inside bar, the color coding was not important, right? You just need to have a bigger candle, that is mother candle, and within the high and low of the bigger candle, you should have an inside bar, right? So in this case, bullish Arami and bearish Arami both have to be inside bar in the first place, okay? But when it comes to bullish Arami, the mother candle has to be red. In bearish Arami, mother candle has to be green. Is that clear? The color coding is very important. First red, followed by a small green candle. Okay. So mother candle has to be red in bullish Arami, And in bearish army, mother candle has to be green. So you can look at the bullish engulfing here. Compared to the bullish engulfing, don't you think bullish army has the same color coding, but opposite shapes here? Red followed by green in bullish engulfing, in bullish army also red followed by green. But the red has become elongated and green is reduced in terms of its length. So that will help you guys to remember how does bullish army look. Venuji, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Can you please concentrate on the present discussion? In inside bar candlestick pattern, color coding is not important, and there are no prerequisites to identify inside bar. It can be available at any point of the trend, right? These are the 2 points that we discussed yesterday. Yes or no, Venuji? Inside bar, there can be no color coding, and the location of the candle can be anywhere at the bottom, at the top, or at the middle. But bullish arami is very similar to bullish hammer. The location of this bullish arami should be at the bottom of the downtrend. That is the main difference. Okay. So just write down points for bullish arami, please. So bullish arami is a classic example for bullish reversal candlestick pattern. So bullish arami is one of the classic example for bullish reversal candlestick pattern. Second point, bullish arami is very similar to bullish hammer as well as bullish engulfing. So bullish arami is very similar to bullish engulfing and bullish hammer in terms of its functionality as well as prerequisites. I want everybody to type what are the prerequisites required to identify hammer. The same logic will work here. Preceding downtrend, location of the candle should be at the bottom and the shape should look like bullish haram, right? See, we have a very good example here in Nifty 50. In Nifty 50, do we have preceding downtrend here? Yes or no? Yes. Do we have these two candlestick pattern? Mother candle is red in color and child candle is green in color. These two candles have to be inside bar first, right? So this child candle is within the high and low of the mother candle. So obviously the first condition of being an inside bar is satisfied. And second criteria is that mother candle has to be red and child candle has to be green. So if you paint inside bar with a specific colors, and if it is matching with the prerequisites of a bullish hammer, then it can be easily considered as bullish harami. Once high is breached, you can see how beautifully it went up. Yes or no? So can I consider this candlestick pattern to be bullish harami? We have a preceding downtrend and location of the bullish harami is at the bottom of the downtrend. And once high is breached, you can go for a buy trade, right? So it's like an inside bar, but with proper color coding, mother candle being red and child candle it's green in color, right? So you will get a lot of examples because we cannot expect bullish hammer and bullish engulfing to appear every time on the chart. So whenever you get such kind of a bullish arami, try to make best use of it. Okay, 1:1. So just calculate the length of the mother candle, and the same length can be used as a target. So the 30.6, and you've got 69 points target being achieved, right? So can I consider this also as a beautiful uh, bullish harami? Yes or no? Preceding downtrend, location of the candle is at the bottom, and mother candle is red, child candle is green. It is within the high and low of the mother candle. When high is breached, see how beautiful it has gone up. Minimum you can expect is 1:1. So the accuracy is like 75%. So other 25% you need to match with one setup. So 32 points, and you've got 196 points. And the accuracy will also improve the way you identify it, right? Say for example, can I consider this to be and bullish Harami. Vishal Vermaji, are you new to this class? Were you there earlier? I've discussed bullish hammer, bullish engulfing. Say, for example, Vishalji is asking how to know this is the bottom of the downtrend. Guys, how do you identify whether this candle is at the bottom of the downtrend? Anybody? Perfect. That's what I mentioned, right? There is no candle which is breaking the low of this mother candle, right? So if there is no candle which can breach the low of the mother candle or bullish hammer or bullish engulfing, don't you think that will be the low, Vishalji? Say, for example, whether it's bullish hammer or bullish engulfing, if there is no candle breaching this low, and if it breaches the high and it is trying to go up, don't you think this is the low? That's what I've discussed for bullish hammer and bullish engulfing. That's how we identify the lowest point, right? If there is a candle which is breaching the low, definitely it is not the respective candlestick part. So please revisit the notes and the previous videos to capture the finest points that I've mentioned. Is that okay, Vishalji? Now are you clear? Okay. So can I expect you guys to post a lot of examples for bullish Harami? Shall we go ahead with bearish Harami? So you just look at the bearish Harami. The bearish Harami has to be inside bar and mother candle is green in color. Mother candle has to be green in color. We just write down points for bearish Harami now. First point, bearish Harami is a classic example of bearish reversal candlestick pattern. Bearish reversal candlestick pattern. It's a classic example for bearish reversal candlestick pattern. And second point is bearish Harami is very similar to inverted hammer as well as bearish engulfing. It's very similar to inverted hammer and bearish engulfing with respect to prerequisite as well as functionality. So prerequisite as well as functionality. So what are the prerequisites that you're supposed to identify for inverted hammer as well as bearish engulfing? I want everybody to type. Very good. Preceding uptrend, location and shape of the candle in uptrend. So yes. So do we have a preceding uptrend here? And do we have a mother candle green in color and child candle red in color here? Do we have a perfect bearish Harami appearing here? This is at the top of the uptrend because there is no other candle which is breaching the high of the mother candle. This is the topmost point of a bullish. So Kalyan Reddy ji, don't you think the red candle is within the high and low of mother candle here? Tarun Sharma ji and Kalyan Reddy ji, don't you think? Is it an inside bar in the first place? Is it an inside bar? So it's an inside bar. If I zoom in, Kalyan Reddy ji, you're saying that red candle is not within the high and low of the mother candle. Kalyan Reddy ji, whenever you pop up a question, you need to reply quickly so that you need to be very quick so that I can address your query and go ahead. First of all, I've been requesting you not to pop up any questions in between, and whenever you pop up and assume things, it's a very wrong thing to do. I'm just asking a simple question. Don't you think this red candle or a child candle is within the high and low of this. And if you apply the color coding, don't you think this is like bearish haram with all the prerequisites? Kalyan Reddy ji, how does the closing of the candle will matter here? How do you calculate the length of the candle, sir? Is it between high to low or open to close? Kalyan Reddy ji, is it the difference between high to low or open to close? We are talking about the length of the candle whenever we're talking about inside bar. Open to close. That's your mistake, sir. There is a mistake in your understanding, guys. How do you calculate the length of the candle? Is it open to close or high to low? Because Kalyan Reddy ji is getting confused. Sir, this closing is very near to this. How does closing matter when we talk about the length of the candle? High to low, right? That's what we discussed in candlestick pattern. That's what I've revised from this. So I would not appreciate making mistake at this level. When we discussed this, when we discussed this basic pattern, the difference between high to low is the length of the candle, and the difference between open to close is the body of the candle. And when we discuss the inside bar, I've been mentioning that it's length of the candle, right? I never spoke about the closing of the candle. Kalyan Reddy ji, so please revise things. Yes, Prashant Kaushik ji. Please reply Prashant Kaushik ji. In inside bar, the color coding will not matter and the location does not matter. Okay, but when it comes to bullish harami and bearish harami, you can see color coding is very specific. In bullish harami, the mother candle has to be red. In bearish harami, mother candle has to be green. And just now you took notes, right, Prashantji? Please tell me, where do you identify bullish harami? At the bottom of the downtrend or at the top? So were you late for the class, Prashant Kaushikji? Yes. So you need to identify bullish harami at the top, right? How about inside bar? Do you expect inside bar only on top or bottom? It can be anywhere, right? So because when I mentioned this bullish harami is very similar to bullish hammer, the location of bullish harami has to be at the bottom. Has to be at the bottom, right? Because these are the 8 candlestick patterns that I follow, and you need to be very clear in terms of identifying these 8 candlestick patterns, right? See how beautifully you have a bullish hammer. These prerequisites are not validated for inside bar because inside bar can appear anywhere. But to capture great profits, you need to match prerequisites. It can be any time frame. For example, I'll show you any time it will work. So let me show you. See, this is a beautiful example for bullish harami, right? So say for example, if you apply this logic with hedging, you will make a lot of money, and that too peacefully. So preceding downtrend, location of bullish harami is at the bottom. Once high is breached, don't you think capturing close to around 1,900 points is brilliant with a bull call spread of 2 months expiry, right? So you might have learned all this from other mentors. So I'm just trying to give you a hint how well you can make money in the market in a positional trade. See, this is a classic example for bearish harami. It has to be an inside bar, mother candle has to be green in color. You have a preceding uptrend, the prerequisite. Once the location is on top, once low is breached, do we have a beautiful fall? You could have taken bear put spread here of 2 months expiry. You could have bought May month expiry bear put spread, and you would have captured 2,000 points with just this bullish hammer and bullish harami and bearish harami. You're able to capture 4,000 points in Nifty 50, right? So if you capture, I'm just trying to tell you how well you can apply this logic and make great profits. So it's all about knowing the concept very well and applying the same. Can I consider this as a perfect example for bearish harami preceding uptrend? The location of bearish harami. Location is vital for differentiating Harami from a inside bar, and the color coding is vital to differentiate Harami from inside bar. So once low is breached, so in just 1.5 months, you have captured 4,500 points, right? 4,500 points in just 1.5 months. Even if you create like put spread based on this candlestick pattern, you would have made closely around 1.5 lakhs profit. And do we have very good bullish Harami here? So you could have captured points here. With just bullish Harami and bearish Harami, you have captured totally 6,000 points. So 6,000 points is great, right? So you would have made 3 lakhs rupees, 3 lakhs profit in just 1.5 months by hedging. So what is the logic that you have applied? Simple candlestick pattern with all the prerequisites that I've shown you here. So can I expect all of you to post examples for only these 8 candlestick patterns? Because there are hundreds of candlestick patterns. Please don't waste your time to master everything. These 8 candlestick patterns are more than enough. Okay. So we have completed the candlestick pattern module. So let's focus on intraday setup. So let's start discussing intraday setup now. Okay, shall we go ahead? Yes. Okay. So the first indicator that we are trying to use in intraday setup is 10 simple moving average. So you need to add a moving average. The value that we are trying to use is 10 simple moving average. Okay, 10 simple moving average. How to identify trend? So what is a moving average? Can you please tell me? So moving average is plotted based on the past 10 candles close price, right? So if candles are above moving average, it is bullish. If candles are below moving average, it's bearish, right? See, in intraday trading, the secret to make money is that you need to match the trend as well as momentum. There's a famous saying which says trend is your friend and momentum is the king. So you cannot make money by trading against the trend. The first of all, the trend has to be bullish. So G, that is not part of my point of discussion. What is required for intraday scalping and what is required, because there are other mentors who are explaining hedging. I'm just giving you hints how you can make money using just candlestick pattern. I just give you a hint. Rather than taking this month expiry, you can take next month expiry so that there will be no time decay and you can make money, right? So my part of discussion is only intraday. That's the role of other mentors. Ji, can I just concentrate on the present discussion? Can I request all of you to refrain from asking any such questions, because we are about to start discussing intraday setup. Please refrain from asking any question, because you don't know this setup. You are new to this setup. You need to understand. You need to practice. It will take some time for you to practice paper trade to get used to this setup. Once you get used to this setup, you will make very good profit. Say, for example, don't you think these candles are below 10 SMA? No, Satishji. So, do you have candles closing below 10 SMA all this while? And suddenly a candle will close above 10 SMA. So which is the first candle which closed above 10 SMA today? First candle of today. Don't you think the first candle which is closing above 10 SMA is this candle? All these candles were closing beautifully below 10 SMA. Suddenly, if a candle closes above 10 SMA, that is when a bullish trend is initiated. Okay. So the first candle which is closing above, please concentrate. The first candle which is closing above 10 SMA is our reference candle. Be it red or be it green, the closing is important. For example, I'll show you here. The closing, This red candle is closed above 10 SMA, right? So Ajay, do you have the body above 10 SMA or below for this? Above, right? That is what is needed. Even if it's a red candle, that's okay. The candle should close above 10 SMA. Okay, that too first candle. Please remember, you guys are missing the point. Okay, it has to be the first candle which is closing above 10 SMA, be it green candle or be it red candle. Okay, so the first candle, you will mark high and low of it. Okay, once high of the candle is breached, you can go for a buy trade, keeping low of the reference candle as stop loss. So what was the risk that you took? 168 points. What is the reward that you got? 512 points. So the first candle which is closing above this 10 SMA, so whenever the first candle high is breached, you can go for a buy trade. So stop loss is a stop loss, whether it's huge or small. But the beauty is, are you able to make 1:2 or 1:1 is the concept. Then later what happened? Don't you think later this candle closed below 10 SMA here? Santoshji, please use 15 minutes for intraday trade until you master the setup. After that, you can use 5 minutes also because my setup is working beautifully. So I'm explaining something beautiful. Please refrain from asking question. So all this while candles were about 10 SMA and you made 500 points profit beautifully. Then later what happened? There was a profit booking. After profit booking, this candle closed below 10 SMA, right? So when candle closes below 10 SMA, what does that indicate? Don't you think the trend is trying to become bearish here? When candle closes above 10 SMA, trend is bullish. When candle closes below 10 SMA, trend is bearish. But we have a rule to confirm things. What is the rule? Mark high and low of the reference candle. If candle is closing above 10 SMA, high of the reference candle should breach. That will act as reference for initiation of the buy trade. What are the two conditions that you're supposed to remember to identify the trend? Candle should close above 10 SMA and that first candle's high should break to confirm that bullish trend has been initiated. Is that clear? Likewise, if I take this example, candle closed below 10 SMA, but do you have any candle breaching the low to initiate a sell trade? So there are two confirmation levels, right? The first confirmation, yes, the candle closed below 10 SMA, but the low of that is not breached. So then it's a false trend. So then what happened? This candle closed. Once again, this candle closed above 10 SMA, right? And high of that is breached. High of that is breached. So see how beautifully you've got 1:1 risk reward ratio. So let's take for a sell trade. Can I consider this? Swastik ji, that's why I'm requesting you, please don't uh, ask questions when you're learning something important. Swastik ji is saying it's a trending day, it will look like this. But for a zigzag day, what you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to trade. Stay away from the market. Okay. So please stay away from the market. Rather than losing money and confidence, it's better to stay away from the market if it's not a trending day. Right. So see, please try to make best use of, we have 3 more classes to wind up the module. So please make use of the time. Try to make best use of my 7 years of experience by listening more than asking questions. If you ask question, you'll be knowing what you want to know. But if you miss out using my 7 years of experience, then it's a loss for you only, right? Because I know my setup, I'm making comfortable money and I'm happy with my life. See, I'm trying to do value addition by teaching my setup. Please learn that with a lot of patience. So from now on, please don't ask questions until you learn the full setup. Okay. Can I consider this to be the first candle? Suhasji, even you also dropped the question, right? So you cannot say, please ignore that. When I've addressed your question, I have to address others also. But there is a, you can restrain from yourself, right? By asking question. That's what I'm requesting all of you. So can I consider this to be the first candle closing below 10 SMA? Because earlier three candles were closed above 10 SMA. And suddenly a candle closes below 10 SMA. Yes or no? So the low of the candle was breached here. The earlier candles could not breach the low because they did not have strength, but the low of the candle was breached here. So this is where you got confirmation from the 10 SMA that bearish trend has been started, right? So the reference candle high will be your stop loss, and once low is breached, you can see how beautifully this particular movement happened, right? But is this method accurate? Can we just trade with 10 SMA? No, there is so much of you know volatility. See, this candle closed below 10 SMA, and the low of this is breached, and later this stop loss was hit. Yes or no? This is a classic example where choppy market. The first candle low is breached. It should have fallen here, right? But went up and hit your stop loss. That is how these are the flaws of 10 SMA. So it cannot be accurate. Only one indicator cannot be accurate. So we'll be using more indicators to remove the flaws of every indicator, and we'll take only the pros of the indicators to make consistent entries. Okay, 70% of the time, this 10 SMA will give you profit. Remaining 30% of the time, it will hit your stop loss. But still, 70% accuracy for any indicator is still beautiful. How to remove that 30% accuracy? Because RSI will not allow you to trade here. That's the beauty. Okay, so RSI will not allow you to trade here. That's how you escape from wrong entries that are suggested by 10 SMA. Okay, so let's take, see, this is the first candle which closed about 10 SMA here, right? And high of that is breached, and you can see how beautifully it went up. The is that at least you're maintaining the risk reward ratio, right? You're not trading without stop loss. So 160 points risk, and you've got 356 points profit. So if you keep repeating the same strategy regularly, you will be net profitable over a period of time. But whenever you get a trending market, it will recover all the losses that have incurred with one of the stop loss hit. See, this is the first candle which is closing below 10 SMA. Once low of this is breached, this is the stop loss, and one such trade can give you great profit. So this is a beautiful example for a trending day. Please make money when market is trending. See, don't you think this doji is closed below 10 SMA? Don't you think the doji body is below 10 SMA? So mark high low of it. Be very emotionally neutral. If stop loss is hit, come out of the trade. If stop loss is not hit, keep trading the stop loss, which I'll teach you later, to capture the entire move. See, your stop loss is not hit. At least you've got more than 1:1 risk reward ratio, right? Look at this trade. Okay, so this is the candle which closed below 10 SMA. Once low of this is breached, so 800 points. 800 points. Say, for example, if you buy a put option in Bank Nifty, if there is a movement of 800 points, there will be a movement of just 600 points in options because of delta that I'll teach you later. If you capture 600 points with one lot, so what is the profit that you're making? So 12K, right? For 10,000 rupees, you're getting 15K, right? So yes, I'll just show you the brokerage. So let's think that based on this strategy, if you try to take a that you have taken a trade, we have taken a trade with a premium of 400 rupees. Okay, you will exit at 1000 premium. So what is the difference? You have captured 600 points in option premium. Okay, so for one lot, so what is the profit that you made with all the brokerages and taxation? So whenever market is trending, please make more profit. When market is not trending, then just book at least 1000 or 2000 rupees and be happy with it. So don't you think getting 14,900 for 10,000 capital is brilliant in a single day? So this is how you should practice with one lot of trading, right? And gradually you can scale it up. Okay, your target after 1 year of trading in index should be to trade with the maximum lot size that you're allowed in Bank Nifty. So what is the maximum lot size that you're allowed in Bank Nifty trading? 900, right? So if you enter at 400, say for example, after practicing with 1 year or 1.5 year of trading, you'll start trading with 900 lot size. So 5 lakhs, 38,000. So this is how you can make 1 or 2 lakhs on regular basis if you scale up the lot size to 900, right? But this, Amitji, that's a very basic question that you are supposed to understand. That's not the question to be posted here, right? Lot size is 25. So what is the maximum quantity that you are supposed to trade? Divide 900 by 25, you'll get to see the lots. Yes or no, Amitji? How does that lot size, the difference between lot size and quantity, is confusing you now? Divide, guys, divide 900. Amitji, that's a basic thing that you can understand, sir. If you are able to trade with 900 lot size, okay, divide 900 by 25, that is 36 lots. That's simple mathematics, which I cannot explain at this advanced stage. So 36 lots is the thing. So once you gain confidence, once you master the setup, right? So you might be wondering, because whenever I trade with 900 lots, and if we get a very good moment, we can make this profit. So that's even if you capture 10 points, don't you think you'll be making 9,000 rupees with 900 lot size? Just remember, even if you capture, if you master the art of trading over a period of time, and if you make, even if you capture 10 points with maximum lot size, don't you think you're making 8,300 in Bank Nifty? There's so much of movement every day. Capturing 10 points is very, though we are capturing 30 points, but when you increase the lot size, don't you think you're making 8,300? If you make 8,300 on daily basis, multiply this into 22 days, because capturing 10 points is too easy, right? It's 1.6 lakhs or more than that as your monthly income, right? So master the art of trading, and you guys will thank me later that systematic trading will give you great profits. Say, first you need to practice with one lot. Okay, so this is the first candle closed. The first candle closed above NSMA. Once high is breached, once you capture 1:1 risk reward ratio, come out of the trade. Okay. See, but whenever you get such kind of a trending market, this is when you'll make a lot of money, right? Like this. Priyankaji, I'll show how to avoid choppy days when I mean RSI indicator and Fibonacci levels. Okay. So once we learn those two indicators will tell you when not to trade. Okay. But I'm trying to explain how to capture the trend using just 10 SMA. Okay. See, this is the first candle. Doji closed above 10 SMA. Once high is breached, so what is the profit that you have made till this point? 900 points. What is the risk that you took? 151 points. See, you are in a position to identify the main trend in the market. These are the footsteps of FIIs and DIs. Only these guys can change the trend. But how beautifully you're able to identify the trend and how beautifully you're able to enter trade with proper risk reward ratio is what is mattering now, right? See, once again, the candle, see, this is when I call as a choppy market. Candle closed below 10 SMA and low of that is also breached here, but it did not fall, right? So this requires the support of RSI indicator to confirm whether this trend will continue or will there be a retracement upward, which you'll learn in the next class. But as of now, I'm just focusing more on trend identification. At least you will not make loss, right? At least you guys are not buying put option here, yes or no? When candles are about an SMA, you should always look for buying a call option. Hence, half of the loss making trades are reduced from today. At least you know trend is bullish. I should wait for opportunity to buy call option. From now on, 50% accuracy increased, right? Say for example, this is the first candle which is closing below 10 SMA and low of this candle is breached, right? See how beautifully there was more movement than 1:1, right? So my point of discussion is that at least you guys are not buying call option here. You're not making mistakes because you are very much sure that trend is bearish. And here also candle closed below 10 SMA and on low of this is breached. Even if candle there is a gap down next day, you're damn sure the candles are below 10 SMA Hence, I'm not buying call option. This is trying to reduce your losses. You're trying to look for an opportunity only to buy put option. So 50% of your accuracy improve, right? See, this is the first candle which is closing about NSMA. So once high is breached, you'll go for a trade. So let's take crude oil. See, as of the candle closed about NSMA, high of that is breached, right? So we can at least crude oil will go up from this point onwards. At least you're not trying to think you can buy a put option because candle closed about NSMA, high of the candle is also breached by the next candle. Okay. So once high is breached, you can go for a sell trade. Say for example, in this particular example today, can close below 10 SMA and the low of that is breached. With a small stop loss, how much points did you capture? Using just 10 SMA, you have captured 191. 191 points. So you made 19,000 in crude oil just by using 10 SMA. Right. So let me show you USD INR. USD INR. See, this is today's candle, right? This is the first candle. Don't you think there's a beautiful Marabozo here? Yesterday, all candles were about 10 SMA. Okay. Today, there was a gap down, and this can be considered as the first candle of the day, closing below 10 SMA. And you can see there was a retracement, but how beautifully 10 SMA acted as resistance and it pushed it downward, right? But once low is breached, you'll take a trade from here. So there was a movement of 35 paisa. So for a movement of 35 paisa, for every 2000 rupees, you'll make, 350 rupees. So 10 lots means 20K. If you're using 20K to trade 10 lots, you would have made 3,500 profit. Let's take today's gainers and losers. So in top gainers and losers, let's analyze. Have we got any opportunities based on this 10 SMA in a set of gainers and losers? You're supposed to take FNO securities. Adani Enterprise. Let's take Adani Enterprise. Using 10 SMA, you could have made a lot of profit in Adani Enterprise. So yesterday candle closed below 10 SMA. Yes or no? Last candle yesterday closed below 10 SMA. Is there any candle breaking the low of this red candle for you to think trend is bearish? No, there's no candle which is breaking the low of this first candle. Hence, trend cannot be bearish. So at least you're clear. You're not taking any put option, nor you're trying to trade on the sell side. Then later what happened? Candle closed above 10 SMA with a gap up. Right. Once high is breached, you could have taken trade 7% with just 10 SMA strategy. Right. So that was brilliant. So, and moreover, you have open equal to low. You can combine these two logic. Open equal to low, yes, the trend will become bullish in this stock. And moreover, this is the first candle which is closing above 10 SMA. And once high is breached at 945, you could have, trailed your stop loss slowly till this point until your stop loss is hit here. So, would have captured the full move with the help of 10 SMA. At least, see what I'm trying to tell you. At least you guys are not taking any put option when the trend is bullish. We should always go according to the trend, never go against the trend. Okay, which is the second stock, Adani Ports. Let me just check Adani Ports. Adani Ports has been bullish since yesterday, right? Yesterday, this is the candle which closed about 10 SMA. Okay, and once high is breached, and it's just a continuation of yesterday's trend. You've got 13%. Even in swing investment, we are struggling to capture 10%, in a month. But in just 2 days, you got 13% with the help of 10 SMA, right? So Canara Bank, let's check Canara Bank. So please understand when not to trade. That's when you'll become a qualitative trader, right? So this is the first candle which is closing about 10 SMA. Once high is breached, at least 1:1 is achievable, right? State Bank of India. So yesterday candles were closing below 10 SMA, so we were not having any clarity. So this one single candle, so entire day is more like an inside bar consolidation. Tomorrow, if this high is breached, then you will have a great move in this particular stock. So let's check losers. Shree Cement. See, but 10 SMA, what is the advantage of 10 SMA? It will not allow you to trade against the trend. First thing. Second, there's a proper risk reward ratio because you're trying to keep a high of the reference candle as stoppers. They're able to take trade, right? Indus Tower. So Indus Tower, you can see this is the candle which closed below 10 SMA, and you've got 1:1 risk reward ratio, right? So this is a beautiful trade in Vedanta Limited. This is the high of the candle. This is the low of the reference candle. Is my stop loss hit in Vedanta Limited using 10 SMA strategy? So earlier the candles, yesterday the candles were closing below 10 SMA. Today, luckily, candle opened above 10 SMA and it closed. So this is my reference candle. So I'll mark high and low. Once high is breached, I'll take a buy trade, keeping this as stop loss. 10 SMA will act as a beautiful support. Once candles touch 10 SMA, candles jumped upward, right? So the risk reward ratio is predefined, and you're trying to trade along with the trend. You're not going against the trend. That is how there's a lot of advantage. At least you're not taking wrong trades. Please concentrate on that. And you're trying to refine your trades. See the power grid. You could have taken 2 trades in power grid. I'll tell you how. See, since yesterday it was bullish. Yesterday only candle closed about 10 SMA. High was breached, right? But this is first candle. Whenever the first candle is beyond 1.5%, please do not trade because major movement happened. Then at least what happened later, candle closed below 10 SMA after bullish movement. Yes or no? Later, candle closed below 10 SMA. So once low is breached, you'll go for a sell trade. So if you miss an opportunity in this buy trade, you would have made great profits in sell trade because the first candle only there was a huge movement. Okay, so market will give great trend. Just that you need to be very clear to identify the trend. If you don't identify the trend correctly, then you cannot make money. So today's first candle in Tech Mahindra closed below 10 SMA, right? So mark high and low of this first candle, which is closing below 10 SMA. So once low is breached, see how beautifully you capture 27 points. 27 points using this method. So try to trade along with the trend to be a successful. So when we add parabolic SAR, MACD and RSI and Fibonacci for the same concept, your accuracy will improve and you'll be very clear when not to trade. To become a qualitative trader, you should know when not to trade. That's my suggestion. So can I expect you guys to practice a lot of examples with 10 SMA? You'll be amazed, to see very good accuracy. Okay. So when candle closes below 10 SMA, that is your reference candle, the first candle which is closing below 10 SMA, because in this previous candle, red body is above 10 SMA, so obviously the closing is above 10 SMA. So this candle closed for the first time below 10 SMA, and this is a 9:30 candle. 9:15 candle closure is above 10 SMA, right? This candle is closing below 10 SMA. So this will be my reference candle. Will I trade mechanically when candle closes below 10 SMA? No, I need a confirmation. The low of the reference candle should breach, and the low of the reference candle is breached here. Spot chart, Swastik ji. So this is how you can identify a trend and take trades accordingly. So can I expect you guys to practice a lot of examples and post it in the group using just 10 SMA, be it Nifty, Bank Nifty, top gainers, top losers, USD INR, or crude oil? Okay. Punita ji, when I apply RSI for this, you would take sell trade because RSI would not support you to take. And moreover, the first candle high is not reached for a buy trade. So according to 10 SMA, candle should close about 10 SMA and high should breach. So high did not breach. So we were very clear and we were saved from wrong trade. So we did not go for a buy trade. And once low is breached, see how beautifully it went up. Okay. So thank you so much, and we shall catch up on Monday. So I'll be teaching you all the indicators, and I'll give you notes. Don't worry. But uh, so one lot. Don't expect huge profits initially, because think about long term. If you work hard for 1 year, think about next 30 years making consistent profits. Okay. Ramesh ji, I'll be there's a separate session to discuss ITM, OTM, and ATM, and I have a specific formula how to calculate in the money contract to be taken in just 1 or 2 seconds. Okay. Stimane ji, so we'll discuss about that on Monday. Okay. Anshul ji, how to handle with people who who say trading is gambling. See, gambling is a process where you'll make money once in a while, right? You just show my screenshots. Making 2 lakhs every day is not a joke. You cannot make such kind of money in casino because it's a gambling, right? So thank you so much. So see, rather than answering them with a answer, just make them repent of doubting. Yes, thank you so much. So Monday and Tuesday, we'll be having 1.5 hour session. Okay. So please be prepared for 1.5 hour session or 2 hour session, Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So I just need 2 hours to explain my setup, and it requires a lot of Monday and Tuesday. We'll do 2 hours or 1.5 hour. After that, we'll resume to 1 hour only once we complete our discussion on the intraday setup. So that after that, in next 1 hour, I'll just teach you how to read option chain and how to identify in the money contract, which will give you quick profits as and when you enter trade. And then I'll give you a glimpse of bull call spread and bear put spread, which you can use with my setup. Okay, that's a value addition. So option chain discussion, strike price, which strike price to trade, and bull call spread and bear put spread. These 3 topics will be covered after Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday, it is purely based for intraday setup. So 3 hours discussion is purely based on intraday setup. Is that clear? Okay, thank you so much. So please practice 10 SMA over weekends. You can just take any random chart in 15 minutes time frame and keep practicing it. I'll give you list number 3 on Monday. Please remind me on Monday once again. Okay, thank you so much. Good night, take care. Practice really well, because practice will make man perfect. So once you achieve perfection, nobody can stop you in creating wealth, right? So try to be inclined towards the major trend in the market. Never go against the trend. You will lose with time. So 10 SMA will help you to identify the trend, and RSA will tell you when to enter trade, right? So we'll catch up on Monday. Thank you so much. Please practice 10 SMA on all the charts. So Shivnathji, please do paper trade for 1.5 to 2 months. After that, you can start with one lot, and then gradually, because I'm talking about long term, so you should be profitable for next 30 years. For 30 years, you should put 1 year foundation. In 1 year, 2 months paper trading, and remaining 10 months, you will be trading with only one lot. Okay. So thank you so much. We'll meet on Monday and Tuesday and try to capture maximum knowledge on intraday setup. Okay. Yes. Yes, Shivnathji, I would request you to do 2 months of paper trading, because I've done 2 years of paper trading. So with 2 years of paper trading, I would have observed so many things in the market, and you guys are seeing the accuracy. So I've made 26 lakhs profit in February with 5 lakhs capital. That's because of hard work. So that's how you can tell your friend trading is not gambling. Let him make 25 lakhs profit in gambling, and then he can ask that question. Okay, thank you so much, and we shall meet on Monday. Please practice 10 SMA over weekend, and you'll be amazed to see the accuracy. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. Happy weekend.